away, battling, having got in way of the attempted clearance. Jim Gannon. Oh, great flick on by Alan Armstrong.
It's against Bradford, but here's Warburton!
Yes!
And trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away, yeah!
Not got it clear. Please, sir! It's a cracker!
Running Armstrong, played in the game, and a superb goal!
Tony did it! Stockport County are the champions of League Two.
Hello and welcome to another week of my scarf, the Father War, the scarf Bagara War.
Wow.
Bloody hell. That's why.
Jeez.
It's been a long time since I got that one wrong.
I'm
joined by Andy and... Is what?
Let's hope you've not got to say Edge Concord coaches as well, otherwise you'll be...
Yeah, what's all you I'm joined by Andy and Waggy. And how's it going, boys? You okay?
All good, thanks. All good.
Yeah, is this were you on last week, Waggy? I forgot.
Yeah, 2 weeks on the trot. This
is
like
it
a new record?
Right, okay.
It's a record for this year.
Fair enough. I was about to say welcome back again, but obviously that's
no old joke that, Andy. Old.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, I've had a nice brisk walk today. Did about 7.5 miles, 8 miles. So it's either that or do another day of playing Championship Manager, because yesterday was just ridiculous. I text Waggy about 5 o'clock in the afternoon saying, excuse me, 5 hours is enough. And then went, oh shit, no, 6 hours. I totally forgot about the last hour. That's what happens. I've said it before, it needs a warning, that game.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't have warnings like you get in your car. You know, when you're driven for 2 hours, it goes, oh, you need a break. But it does tell you, it has thresholds, doesn't it, for how long you've played the game for. So does it say something like, or it used to at least say, you need to wash your underpants or something like that?
There was one of them that was that. And then I think there was one that was, I think you need to see daylight or something.
Yeah. Bloody good game, though, isn't it? Bloody good game.
It is.
Yeah. Definitely getting Football Manager 25, just for nothing else than to know what the fuck's going on in our division now, like in real life, and to look at players, because I ain't got a Scooby. I don't, it does help with that, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It does. So evening, everybody. All the usual crew are online. Thank you for joining us live. We have tonight a fan guest, debutante fan guest coming on very, very shortly. We're going to talk about Reading, Crawley and Shrewsbury. Mainly Reading, probably. We haven't got an opposition preview guest for Crawley. Main reason for that is we're going to exist. So we just couldn't find one. So that's why they're not on. And then we're going to talk about transfers as well, sort of rumours who we think's coming in, why they're not coming in. Let's have a chat about that. And then we'll talk as well briefly about the EP developments and put a plea out to the club to say, well, can you let us know about players and can you let us know about EP developments, please? Because they're two things that we are not hearing from. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, we've got getting reses as well. Does that sound okay, boys? Is that good? Is that okay for you two?
Yeah, I think that'll be all right. That'll do for this week. Yeah.
Is there any hot topic I've missed?
I don't get a say. I just get told what to do. So you boys crack on. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we talking about just players in or players out as well?
No, in, out. Yeah, either. I've really resisted you to shake it all about then. Yeah, really did. So yeah, let's get our fan guest out then. And it's Steve Woodbridge.
Here's Armstrong. Yes! Oh, what timing!
Good evening, Steve.
Good evening.
Hello, Steve.
How are we?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good,
Very well.
mate. Good. First things first, for the audio listeners, is that a baby in the background?
There's no baby in the background of which side.
Okay.
There's a baby chair, but she's
right.
Yeah.
I might have been babysitting.
So Yeah.
Face it the other way. Face the kid the other way.
All the age there is a baby in there anyway.
Let's ask you debutant questions. As we said off air that I've seen you and we spoke loads of times, I think, at County.
Yeah.
And I've seen your name loads of times because you're very supportive of the podcast, which really appreciate that. So cheers for that, mate.
No
never put the two together. So, it's nice to do that.
No, I try to listen weekly, to be fair, especially to the one on the Wednesday. But just find it interesting. Just enjoy listening. So thank you for having me on.
No worries. For fans by fans. That's our thing. So more fans on the merrier. So then, first county game, if you can remember it.
So it's a tricky one. I honestly can't remember who they were playing. So I'm not originally from Stockport. I went to school in Denton. For one reason or another, my primary school had some sort of agreement with Stockport County where I couldn't tell you what day it was, when it was, but you got subsidised tickets and you'd go along with a parent. And I was about 6 years old and I went regularly. I couldn't tell you who we played. Now, I moved to Stockport in 2017 and I've been going regularly ever since moving to Stockport. I think the first game I went to when I moved to Stockport was against Chester, but I don't want to say for definite because I don't want someone popping up saying we never played Chester in 2017. So, but it's one of those where the first game technically was probably around 96, 97, but I couldn't tell you who it was against and I couldn't find out either. So I have tried, but couldn't tell you. So sorry about that.
Fair dues. No, fair dues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chester, what do you remember about the game against Chester? Then we might be able to.
I went with a Chester fan, and I know it was 1-1 because I work with a Chester fan, and he basically said, "Do you fancy going?" So we met before and after the game. I just remember it being miserable weather, freezing cold, and I know that Chester scored first, and Stockport got a penalty towards the end of the game.
Right.
I can't remember much more about it. So I don't have a great memory, so apologies. Yeah.
We'll take your word for it. Sounds believable.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I have a feeling Darren Stevenson played in that game.
Yeah,
it
may not have even been Chester that we played. I just know that I've been with a Chester fan, and I think that's the first time I went when I moved to Stockport. I couldn't tell you. Really couldn't tell you. But I have tried my hardest to remember because I know you like to know. I know you like to ask these questions. So
yeah, we are stickler for facts on here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I have been going regularly ever since, so hopefully I can answer any questions about post that game. So.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not a quiz.
I was going to say,
I was going to say, otherwise me and Waggy wouldn't be on here, would we?
No, yeah, definitely. And for God's sake, don't start asking us questions.
Yeah.
So we've got regular listeners already coming in now. So Andy, not this Andy, this is a different Andy. He said it's just before Christmas 2017. That would
go in line with the poor weather then, wouldn't it? Because I just remember it being freezing cold and raining, and there weren't many people there either. I think there was more in the Chester end than there was in the Cheadle end that particular day, because I remember it was one of those days you could pay on the gate, if you remember. You can't do that anymore, but it was one of those where you could just pay on arrival. I went one way, he went the other, and we met up afterwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good stuff. Nice. Favourite goal you've seen live?
It was the Stretton goal against Salford in the semi-final of the playoffs, because it was just... me and my dad were there, and the atmosphere was just incredible. I've been to many football games with that atmosphere that day. The weather, everything was just incredible. Like as soon as, because the game was so up and down, start to finish. 1 minute it looked like it was over. Next minute, they're back in the game, and then obviously Stretton scores that goal, and it was just the feeling that it gave. That's the reason it was. It's a goal that sticks in my head, basically. So. That's why I particularly picked that one. Yeah.
Excellent.
Really good.
Nice.
Really, followed by the penalty shootout, which was fantastic as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll live long in the memory, won't it? We're getting some more facts about it. It was the 8th of December, 2018. There you go.
Oh, 2018. So I've been before then. I can't tell you who it was.
Right. Well, Stephen Fosbrook even gives us the team. He says 11th of December. Anyway, there you go.
This is why I didn't
Stevenson
want to say
was-
it was definitely that
Yeah.
long, because I knew there'd be someone that would know.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. You're in good company for not remembering stuff. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So Hinchliffe, Minihan, Duxbury, Keane, Palmer, Stott,
Yeah.
Thomas, Walker, Mulhern, Osborne, and Warburton. Stevenson came off the bench, as
Yeah.
did Bell and Cowan. There we go.
there you go.
Well, I was going to say before, because I remember Stevenson in that game, he came on pretty early. And do you remember the sign as well in the railway end where they didn't have any fans there?
Yeah.
The Stevenson sign, aim high, but not this high. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because they were covered over, weren't they, when we couldn't, obviously,
Yeah.
when we closed the stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blimey. Someone's just said, Edward F has just said, is this a Specsaver ad? And then Nick 10's come in with, or right said Fred lookalike competition.
Well, this saying earlier, it's not much hair on this podcast tonight, is there? So
No. We did
Oh,
say
definitely
before
runs
we,
this week.
yeah, we did say before we came online that we thought it was a game of Guess Who, which I thought, you know. There we go.
We won't
There
say
we go.
what we said after that.
yeah.
No, we won't say what we said after that. Most memorable game then.
I've mixed it up, to be fair. I've kind of thought the most memorable game is the Salford game for me, which is what I was saying. I should have said favourite goal was the Louis Barry goal this season. The main reason for it was the first season, the first goal.
Oh, Cambridge.
Only reason being was I've not had a season ticket before until this year. So
Right.
first goal I've witnessed from being a season ticket holder in a seat that I hope to hold now for many years.
Brilliant.
He's just absolutely buried it, Annie, from miles away, and it was so unexpected. So apologies. Yeah, favorite game was the game, obviously the South game, but favorite goal is the Louis Barry goal from this first goal this season, basically. So that's
Nice.
Yeah.
And segue question: how does it feel having a season ticket?
It's just
For the
incredible.
first time.
Yeah, it was just. It's just never been convenient to have one, and yeah, it just all fell into place this season, and yeah, just love going. It's just one of those things where just looking forward to it every single weekend, having a couple of hours away, just watching a game, and win, lose or draw, just love being there. It's just a great club to follow, innit? So
Yeah.
How many games did you sort of get to previous seasons then? You get
So-
to as many, quite a few, or?
not many, to be fair. I mean, it's increased over the last 5 years. So where I work in Stockport, we sponsor Stockport County, so they do give tickets away quite regularly, and that's how I started getting back into it, by getting them through work. And then the more I went, the more I wanted to go, and it just built up from there. And it's always been in the back of my mind where I wanted a season ticket, and it was just never convenient to have one. Whereas this season came around, and I thought, it's now or never kind of thing. So finally got one, and it's just been obviously up and down as always, isn't it? But that's all part and parcel of being a Stockport County fan. So
Yeah.
And how's your marriage suffered from it? All right.
Well, like I said, and as you know, because Andy knows my wife, Abby actually agreed to me getting one. So any complaints that she puts in after that are completely irrelevant. So
Well, she enjoys the peace for 2 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah.
no, we've got 2 young children, so yeah, counting down the hours to me coming home.
Yeah. See ya. I'm off to the pub 2 hours before it kicks off.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm guessing as time goes on, you'll bring the kids as well, will you? At some point, is that a thing you want to do?
I do want to. So I took my oldest to family day that they do at Stockport County, where they obviously got like the fair outside, and then you meet the bear and everything. But we only managed like one half. It was a friendly. I think it was against maybe Blackburn. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, to be honest. It wasn't this season. It was the season before. We got to half time. She wanted to go home. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to wait a couple more years and see if we can get them into it then. She's only 4, my oldest, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I'm hoping now that she's in school, she'll get into football, and then before you know it, it naturally occurs. So we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff. And then last fan question is favourite player. You can have one from when you started going earlier on, or you can have two. You can have one now, one before. It's up to you.
Currently, it's a toss-up between Hinchcliffe and Camps for me. Previously, I just love Paddy Madden. I didn't want to see him go, and was gutted when he did go. But yeah, at the moment, present players and players that, in my opinion, are very important for Stockport County is Hinchcliffe and Madden. And you probably see me comment about Hinchcliffe quite a few times on the posts for the podcast, because I just think he's just such an important player to have in and around the team.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think he just lifts the team basically when he's playing.
Yeah. There's definitely that element of I'm not going to say comfort blanket, because that was Crowsdale, but you get when you know he's in net and he's been selected, it's like, right, confidence starts there. You know, you're sort of safe with him, aren't you?
Because they went through that period where they would, obviously it was very leaky and very. I don't know if anyone else saw it. I clocked onto it a few times, but there was a lot of cross words between Horsfall and Adai in I saw. Whether or not it was crosswords or I just misinterpreted it, I don't know. But you never really saw that when Hinchcliffe was in goal. There was never really anything going on. Whereas when Hinchcliffe's in goal, I just feel it gives that defence a lot more confidence. They're not looking behind them; they're looking forward. So, yeah, and he's just been there that long, and every time he plays, he gives 100%, doesn't he?
Yeah, steady Eddie, isn't he? Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
cool. Right, well, joining the conversation, obviously, we're here for another 45 minutes or so. First thing we'll do then, we'll talk about Reading and the win on Saturday. I didn't go. I wasn't ill or anything. I just didn't go. It's not. I plan all of my away games of what I'm going to go to, and that wasn't one that I picked up on. Anybody else go? Don't think we did we?
No.
No.
Oh, should we just skip over this bit then if we didn't go? We're not allowed to talk about it.
We're not allowed to talk about it if we weren't there.
I watched it in France with Jimmy and his daughter.
That sounds a bit wrong, that.
What?
I think I watched it in Budapest.
That sounds wrong.
I watched it in Budapest, so...
That sounds wrong, Wagger. You're not allowed to say that.
I was on my own.
Anyway, what did you make of it? What did you make of the result and the performance? I'll go first and just say very, very quickly, I was nervous before the match. I thought they were going to do us because they had won 9 out of the last 11. And I thought this is going to be really tough today, especially considering we've not brought any players in. But it was quite the opposite, wasn't it?
Yes. I was, obviously, me and Andy, we're on the same train. I was confident going into it. They didn't look that good when they played us at our place. I know they're going through a bit of turmoil and stuff, but it was still, I still think that we had enough about us to be able to close them issues. And we are adapting quite well, I think, without having Barry in the team. I know not to mention him again because he's not our player anymore. We're not allowed to talk about him. But I just think we're finding a way to play, aren't we, without him? And I think it was good that Alafi got a goal. I didn't say Wrexham.
In fairness, we do need a separate Barry Claxon and a Wrexham Claxon, don't we? So can we have a blue one for Barry and a red one for Wrexham?
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Do, yeah. But yeah, it was good for Alafi to get a goal, and it was good for Diamond to come on and get a goal as well. So hopefully, I think hopefully that'll be the kick on for both of them. But although I've not heard anything because Alafi went off, didn't he? He went off injured, and Mr. Challoner has had a go about tiny shin pads again. The same with Mellon. So, but he's always worn tiny shin pads, hasn't he? Since the day he started. So you would have thought that his shins were adept to being kicked.
Just get smaller by the season, don't they, the shin pads?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a decent all-round performance. I didn't realise that they'd won 9 from 11 at home, but we just made them look absolutely ordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have had different commentary to me, Waggy, because our commentators just kept going on about the 9 out of 11 all through the game. And we'll get into the commentators later, but it's brilliant. What a game that was! What a confidence booster. Granted, it was against if they've won 9 out of the past 11, we can only beat what's in front of us. That first half was a joy to watch. Tanto was on fire.
Yeah.
He
looked like
Tanto was on fire.
My word. You can tell it's raining. So you can sing today, Russ, because it's definitely raining tomorrow anyway. So you've made me lose my train of thought now. I forgot. It was
Tanto's on fire.
Tanto's on fire. And considering he's not been regular in the squad, he's been out with a bit of an injury. Stop-start, Anti. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I could go through the whole team, but they did it in the Courtyard Club call. It was just a nice first half to watch.
Yeah.
We should have been more up, and we go back to that thing about being more clinical. Because if we're more clinical in that first half, that goal that they score, it doesn't feel so nervy if we're already 3-0 up, which we could have been easily.
Yeah,
but in a way, in hindsight, I'm glad they did score because it did make it a bit of a game, didn't it?
Yeah, that's a special shout out for Connolly. What a game he had. He was unbelievable, wasn't he? You know what I mean? I can understand why, and we'll talk about why Sam Hughes has gone out on loan, because he's just stepped in and he looks every bit as good as Horsehall. He's absolutely superb. So what did you make of it, Steve? Did you watch it or listen to it?
I've only watched the highlights, but the important part for me from the Reading game is the fact that you've got Diamond, who's finally scored, which hopefully we'll see him kick on from now. And Tanto I've always rated Tanto, but he's just had a bit of bad luck recently in terms of injuries and no consistency in game time. Obviously now the player who cannot be named has gone. It's players like that we need to see actually fulfill the potential. The first few games, Diamond for me was incredible.
Yeah.
The only thing he wasn't doing was scoring, and give him a run of games now. I just feel like he will be a player and will give us what we need in terms of a threat going forward and those extra goals that we're missing at the moment. So hopefully that is the case. I didn't realise Tanto was injured, so I was expecting him to. I'm assuming he won't play this weekend if he is, but I'm expecting something from him. But
he got took off very quickly. Looked like he had a kick, but to me it looked like he actually pulled up with a hamstring because he was running after the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he took a knock beforehand.
Yeah, which again would be a shame. Yeah, because he's
absolutely.
This particular season, he's just had injury after injury or been left on the bench, and it's just not players like that. They need game time, don't they? They need a run of games, and then you'll see the best come out of him. Unfortunately, he's just not getting that, but he's still a good player there, isn't there? So hopefully, towards the end of the season, you get more out of him.
Yeah, I think that Crystal Palace game has given him a lot of confidence, Andy, because he tore them apart, didn't he? Yeah,
definitely. And it's it's been one of those where they've not had the greatest results recently, but that Crystal Palace game just shown what they could do, and then it's been followed up by this result against Reading. So good time.
And with the majority of the squad being last season's squad as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because of the injury crisis that they're kind of going through.
Yeah.
Those players. It's kind of like the start we had to the season, where we had a lot of players out, and our squad that we didn't have any other squad available, had to step up, and they're kind of doing. And I know I do get, the comments that are coming in saying, let's not forget before that 2 points from 12, but a run can only start from one game to another, can't it? So let's just one game at a time.
Yeah. But the performances have been there, though, haven't they? Maybe apart from one half against Mansfield, or maybe the full Mansfield game, I don't know. But the performances have been there. And Gaz Eccleston said it last week, didn't he? how long can you go performing well and not winning? That costs you your job. That'll cost Charlie his job eventually. But when it pulls results out like Saturday, it's really, really pleasing to see. The other thing to mention as well, Diamond he got on the score sheet. He had a bit of bad luck thing, and you want him to do well. He's notched. Connolly got his first goal. I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's him getting off the getting off the mark. Laffy, I know he went off injured, but he looked like he was good, building on Crystal Palace, as you all said. It just bodes well. It's kind of leading me into the transfers question, and maybe I ask it now. Do we even do we need players to come in?
Yes.
My opinion on that changes every week. The weekend before. At the moment, no, but you never know. Next week it might be different.
Yeah, I'm obviously I'm playing devil's advocate there. I believe that we do need players in, but what I'm thinking is, I was thinking about it today. They played so well on Saturday. Keep everybody injury free.
Yeah,
you could by rights carry that squad on to the end of the season, see where it takes you, and because first and second place aren't within sort of the objective, really, are they? It's more 12th and above, see where we get to.
Yeah.
So you could not risk buying a permanent or getting loans in now if they're not the right ones, and wait till the summer.
They've got plenty of
options,
yeah, I was going to say they've got plenty of attacking options, and Powell's coming back as well.
Yeah.
So where else strengthen if you did, kind of thing? Like, I don't know. It's a tricky one.
Yeah. There's that key word there, isn't there? Sorry, keep everyone injury free, and look at the last season, and look at this season. That's not going to happen. I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be more. There's going to be more injuries along the way, and we can't be in a position where in January we've had setbacks to the players that are already out, and then we've now got further players that are out, and we're fielding with under 21s and reserves. So I know it's a gamble. I do get that it is a gamble. Wait for the players that we've got to come back from injury, but we do need to strengthen, because even when going into the start of the season, we had 4 loan players built into our squad. They've all gone back, and then so we do need replacements. Now, I'm not necessarily saying they have to be better than what we've got. We just need backups that have to be at least equal to what we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will. I think we'll get 3 or 4 loan players in, maybe a permanent signing. But I think, as you say, see where we're at the end of the season, and then, as you say, I don't see us going buying 7 or 8 players in the January transfer window, even if they were targets for the end of the season. I don't see us doing that. I think it's get some decent quality loan players in that can bolster the squad, get us to push on, and then if we get, if we go up, then we've got the options of a lot more players that we can bring in, then, haven't we? If we're going to be a championship club, or if we are staying in this league, then we look at improving what we've got again. So
yeah,
they can buy when they want to buy, can't they? As you've seen in summer, so it's the case of doing it when the time is right.
Yeah, and it's a really good position to be in. It, as a county fan, I don't think we've ever been, or as county fans, sorry, I don't think we've ever been in this position before where we hold the cards. Mm-hmm. We hold the upper hand in negotiations, don't we? When it comes to this sort of stuff, and that's why I don't want them. That's why I don't want them to go out and buy anything in January, because to a certain extent, the other club does hold the cards, don't they? When it's a January signing, it feels like it's you're desperate, so you must, especially leaving it this late as well. You must be desperate. So I don't want to. I just don't want our pants to be pulled down.
Yeah, I'm not buying into all this. Are we panicking because we haven't bought anyone because 4 players have gone back? And I'm not panicking, because the last 2 games, and even the games prior to that, our performances have been playing well. Players have stepped up. So we don't need to be rushed into making a decision. We will get players in. Challoner's already said that. So let's just go with the flow, play the games we've got with the players we have. And as you've just said to us, we don't need to rush and have our pants pulled down, do we? We may as well just take our time and get quality rather than quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where would you? What's the priority for strengthening then? Where would you strengthen as a priority?
Me.
Anyone?
Go on, Andy.
You go. No, I'll let Steve lead this one.
It's like I said, for me, it's like I said earlier. So it does. I'm not trying to be funny. It does change for me every week because when Barry went, I was concerned about goals, and now I feel like we're getting to the point where the players who should be scoring are potentially getting to that point where they're going to start scoring. So I won't want to bring anyone in that's going to like upset that kind of like flow. Obviously, Tanto starts to show potential. Hopefully, Diamond kicks on. Wotton will always give you a goal here and there, won't he? So it's, to be honest, I really don't know the answer to that question because I think the defence is looking good. Midfield, you've got options and Powell's coming back. So I think it's more a case of, is a great player there that they can bring in that is going to lift it another level? And if there is, get them. If there isn't, don't worry about it. I think we'll be okay. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
What about a keeper?
No, that's all.
The guys are pitchforks and outside my house now already.
I feel like Hinchcliffe he doesn't deserve to be having his place at risk ever, like in the last few seasons at least. Just like, I know that they bring goalkeepers in and he gets taken out of the squad, but he always finds his way back in. Always.
He always takes his opportunity, doesn't
Exactly.
he? Every season, well, since Charlie come in, he's brought a keeper in, hasn't he, that is supposed to be number one, and then for whatever reason, he's dropped out and Hinchcliffe has just come in, and that's it. He's not gone out the squad again, has he?
Exactly. And some of these keepers have played in the Premier League, and he's always come back in. He's always come back in and done the job and lifted the team.
Yeah, I think I'm with Gazendo. I think it's a centre half or a centre back and an attacker. I think we still need. I think we, as Andy's mentioned, we need somebody to push Wotton. We need a Wotton style sort of striker to push Wotton. But again, I think Wotton looks better when he's got Tanto next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we've got two up front, Wotton looks a lot better.
Yeah. Gazendo, you see, I read that as you Swiss and he's an attacker, a Swiss attacker. I read that as.
Oh, does he know something we don't? Has he got some inside knowledge?
CH and attacker. Evening, Claire Jeffs. Thoughts on Tanto's shin injury and Charlie's annoyance at the silly short shin pads? Oh, I said it right for silly short shin pads. Hey, you can say that. That's hard. Yeah, because he spoke a lot about this in his post-match interview, didn't he? About the small shin pads. We alluded to it before, but let's talk about it now. I'm finding myself agreeing with everything Charlie says, to be honest. He talks my language. It's on Tanto. If he wears those small shin pads, then he's just increasing the risk of getting an injury, and that's on him. And he can't complain if he's not in the team, and then he's got to fight to get back in it. It's almost like saying to Tanto, why would you do that risk just for the sake of a shin pad?
Do you think he rushed into taking him off because he was annoyed at him?
Yeah.
Because to me, it looked as if he pulled up holding his hamstring when he went down, and then he got tucked to the side, didn't he? And straight away, Charlie substituted him. And then I think on commentary they said that you heard all the Reading fans booing because he'd been on the floor getting treatment, and then he was doing like little sprints on the sideline to prove that he was okay. But Charlie had already. You didn't actually see him doing them, but you could hear. And I think John Kieran said, "Oh, much to the annoyance of the Reading fans, he's now jogging up and down and doing little sprints."
No, you did see them. You did see them on the commentary because me and Jimmy were like, "Oh, he's coming back on." And then
he'd already made the substitution.
It's been subbed.
Yeah.
So there's been like an injury confirmed for Tanto then, or is it still just like speculation at this stage?
Well, the way Charlie said it was that he'd got a kick on the shins, and it was down to him having little shitty shin pads on. That's why he's injured.
Fair enough.
It'd be interesting to see when he does start next. If he's got those old-fashioned shin pads that are wider than his actual calves.
Yeah,
have a set of cricket pads on.
I don't know about you lads, but when I played, and it was a long time ago now, but I always felt naked's the wrong word, but if I didn't have my shin pads on, you just felt at risk, didn't you? My shin pads covered; they were pretty big, and they had the ankle things that that sort of cushioned your ankle and the elastic around your ankle. And I thought you need that, and you need a hefty set of boots as well. Even the boots now are flimsy, aren't they?
You felt vulnerable without those shin pads when you played a proper 11-a-side game of football.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they're like the size of they're just tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Warren Feeney mentioned that, didn't he, in the specials? For anyone that's patron and seen the Warren Feeney interview, he mentioned about the football, how flimsy they are, and he, even now when he plays, has a kickabout, he still plays in like the old fashioned, boots that are like rock hard.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. It's almost like it's a fashion. I don't know, it is a fashion for them.
That's what it is. It's exactly that. It's fashion, isn't it?
Would you rather play 40 games a season and have shin pads wider than your thighs, or would you rather play stop start just because your little skinny shin pads look good and it's like you're not wearing any? It's like ankle socks.
Yeah.
Ooh, am I wearing socks? Is he wearing socks? No.
Stu Hope says the boots are thinner to aid ball control. Totally accept that, and you do feel the ball more, but that goes into what Andy's just said about, for me,
comes at a cost,
the thinner, but it comes at a cost. Yeah, it all comes at a cost. Yeah. So we don't know if he's injured or not. The club are doing really well at keeping everything to the chest, aren't they? Transfer rumours, injuries. I don't know if they must be doing it on purpose, I guess, because it used to be the worst thing about county, didn't it?
I've hardly seen rumours with transfers, to be fair. So normally you see loads
of the usual dog shit accounts on Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the sake of fairness, I tweet them all, regardless of where they come from. I just do, just because why not? And then people do come at me and say, "You do know that's not got any. He's not got any followers, you know." It's like, I know. I did look at it.
I know. Yeah, let's highlight it because he's got his randomizer on. Right, what club, what player, what price?
Yeah.
I do love a rumour. Don't you love the rumours though? Just see Mainu drive through Stockport coming for medical, Oh, it might not be Mainu. It looks a little bit like the car that he drives, But yeah, let's just announce it on socials.
I take it we're not in a position between us to come up with any rumours, because we did 3 last week. One went to a League 2 club, and then I think the 2 others just died of death. I think I don't know what happened.
One of them is Lance.
I think we've got a Swiss attacker.
Yeah,
I'm going with Gazendo. We've got a Swiss attacker coming in.
We've got a Swiss attacker, yeah. Sorry, Steve, what did you say, mate?
This is what I think one of them was Langstaff on it. That was a rumour at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's moved yet or not, but
is this?
Well, he played, didn't he? He did play on Saturday.
Did he?
He's in the squad. He was in the squad anyway.
Yeah.
And also he's not actually done much since the move, which is a shame because he was a decent player, wasn't
he?
Yeah.
I've heard we're signing that big tall Tom Denon.
Yeah.
Honouring Shimanga.
Yeah, Shimanga.
Shimanga. Bloody hell. I'll tell you what does happen from time to time. I'm not sure I've said this before to our listeners, our community, but every now and again, a player that's about to join, their dad will follow the podcast. It's happened on at least 3 occasions, and that have come true. But it's happened more than that as well. Players' dads following us, and it's like, well, Kind of giving it away there.
Oh, do you know what, Wacky? Me and you need to create an account on YouTube. You do one and I'll do one. Something like Dave Foden. Dave Foden to follow Scar Magara War.
Dave Foden. That's called Phil, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll create an account.
I don't know that, but
I am Rashford's dad. I'll create an account for that and join.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, right? Because Claire Jeff says that's everyone going to spy on the followers now. Well, do you know what? That's how I first realised. Because the followers come in and you look at them and I don't put what 2 and 2 together, me. But somebody messaged me, DM'd and they went, how long's I can't remember whose dad it was now. I can't remember whose dad it was, but how long's this thingy account been following you? So I checked and I went, about 6 weeks, I think, 2 months maybe. They went, oh right, I think it's Thingy's dad. Oh right, okay. And then about half a week later, they signed. So yeah,
that story would have been so much better if you knew which player it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. Fiorini's dad definitely did.
And if he actually realised that it was this guy's dad, not somebody else telling him.
It was somebody else telling me. Yeah. Anyway, let me just do a bit of admin.
If my dad follows this podcast, does that mean you think I'm going to start playing for county? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Sorry. Carry on.
Bit of admin before we move on. Thanks to all our patrons, well over 100 now. Cheers for subscribing. All of those. For those that don't know, I mean, the patrons clearly do. All of those special guest episodes are on Patreon to watch in full. Latest one was Warren Feeney, and we have got some lined up. Should we announce them yet, Andy, or should we get them done and then announce them?
Get them done.
We can announce.
Yeah.
The one that's I've done this week. People kind of know that we're going to be doing that because we have sent an Easter egg out already. I would announce that now. But the one that's top secret, which you know which one I mean, don't.
Right, okay.
It's all a bit cryptic.
So, go on then. Yeah, you tell everybody. Go on.
Well, this week we've got Brett Angel. So Brett Angel has agreed to come on, do a special. So only available for Patreon members. £3. I tell you what, when I got the message from him, I jumped around like a little school kid. I thought we'd scored at Wembley. It was brilliant. What a message to wake up to. So yeah, really excited.
Brilliant. Yeah, and that'll be next month though, won't it? We booked it in for next month. So
yes.
We got the okay this week, and then So cheers for that, Andy. Is Roger Wilde coming back on soon? I think if we get Roger Wilde back on, it needs to be in person so we can shove a microphone in his face. So there's no technology involved whatsoever. I think that's probably fair to say. But that's something we will sort out.
And that's meant in the nicest possible way, not just like...
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The actual mic.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Legend that he is. I'm never say anything to the contrary. So they're all on there. And yeah, join it. Like Andy said, £3 a month. Can't beat it. There's 3 charity things happening. Matt Brady's walking from Chadderton to County. I'll put the link in. We mentioned it last week. Hopefully he's getting some sponsors. Put it in for this week as well. Andy Birchenough again, walking. I can't remember where he's walking from and to, but it's in the link and I will share the link for you. And then I believe Dave Thompson is walking to Stockport from Peterborough. Over the...
It's from... They go into the Peterborough game.
Yeah.
And they're walking back, Peterborough, back to the county for the Huddersfield game because it goes over an Easter weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I just said, did I not? I said they're walking to Stockport from Peterborough.
Oh, I thought you said they're walking from Stockport to Peterborough. No. Do you know what? Credit where it's due, Russ. I apologise.
Thank you. But that's a massive... I mean, that's a let's just say that's a long way. So
yeah. It is. And we've got Steve from the Edgeley Con Club coaches part of that, and my brother Jamie is part of it as well. And there's a couple of others, sorry, not mention you directly, but yeah. And the good thing about that walk is they have announced the last 20 miles, once they've got the routing and everything, they're going to set up checkpoints. People can join them for the last 20 miles.
Right, nice.
So whether you want to do that to raise your own money for charity, or just go along for moral support, or just have a laugh, basically. I've already asked Ian and Jimmy from the podcast who we did the walk to Blackpool if we fancy meeting up, because Jamie's doing it, if we fancy meeting up and doing that last 20 miles with Jamie. So it's a bit of moral support for them all as well, because we recognise however long your walks are, it's hard. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fair play. Then the last thing to mention as well is it's tonight. We're recording on Wednesday, 22nd of the 1st. There is a Fraser Horsfall chat with Fraser Horsfall tonight at Basque. So obviously we're not there. Lots of people are. That is for the Forever Friends of Uganda. So I spoke to Keith Mills, who is the chairman, I think, or the lead of that charity. He's a lifelong county fan. So I did a podcast with him. That'll be out at the end of the week. Free for everybody. It's not a special. So that's just to showcase what they do and their charity. His first county match, I need to go back and listen to it. I'm sure he said 1948. I'm sure that's what he said. And I was like, what?
Wow.
But yeah. So that's to look forward to. And then we have got the County Ladies episode 3 is coming out very soon as well. Stu's just working on that. So we'll get that out to everybody as well. So that's the admin. There we go. Let's move swiftly on. EP developments. Steve, have you seen all of the plans for EP developments?
I saw all the plans about whenever it was they released it. What was it? Within the last year. But like you mentioned, I've not seen anything or heard anything about it since. It looks fantastic on paper, but as you mentioned, when is it actually going to happen? So
yeah. I was going to say that was my follow-up question. You just answered it, and I haven't heard anything.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So it's going to be probably a really, really short segment. This has anybody heard? Anybody in the chat? Anybody listening? Comment? Has anybody heard about what is happening? To be fair, they did say springtime, didn't they? 2025. We're not yet in springtime.
I hit February? We're going to start on the main stand in February. I think I'd heard that.
Right.
Yeah, the railway end of the main stand, I thought they were going to put an extra 600 seats in there, and that was going to start in February.
How's that going to look like around the games and stuff? Or is it? No.
Good question. Yeah. Don't know. And then you've got to add into the factor that the roundabout is going to be out of commission for God knows how long. It's going to be carnage. It's going to be carnage up there.
Yeah.
Do you think they may delay it based on the roundabout?
I don't know. What would be the value in that? Because it's only 600. How many seats would it take out? Would it take any out?
It's not just seats. It's construction. Obviously, getting the construction. I don't know what they call them, vans or buses or whatever. Cranes. But then they may just come up from Roscoe's, might they, and do it that way if they're coming on the motorway. So I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It's going to be carnage having that roundabout shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some comments.
I was going to say, a few people think it's not got final go ahead yet. Yeah.
So Andy looks like he's in the know. We can't verify this. Development looks like it's awaiting final approval when you look at the council website, and planning hasn't even been granted yet. The new scoreboard got planning approved. We don't know basically. So I guess the thing is here is Mr. Stotty and the club. If you've got any news, can you tell us, please? Cheers, thank you.
Tell everybody. You don't have to just tell the podcast. You are.
I don't mean tell us. I meant just tell everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to have to put a statement out, do we?
No, we don't. God forbid. God forbid we put a statement out. Bloody hell.
I can get me dad to do one.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm just looking forward to the control box in the sky. Once that's done, I'm happy.
Are you going to try and get a seat in there and like a special?
No, but what I'm hoping is not a special seat. No, but what I'm hoping is when they do this tours, they'll take you up to show you what it's like from up there.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Anyone seeing Ross? Yeah, his season tickets in the control box.
Yeah, and then do you know what they should do when it's all done? They should let you, for a fee, they should let you play Football Manager on the big screen and put your couches in the middle of the pitch during the summertime.
That'd cost a couple of quid, wouldn't it?
It could cost a pretty penny, but I bet it'd be a good thing to, that'd be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? There we go. That's EP development. Quick word on Crawley on Saturday in Shrewsbury. I mean, looking at the table, they're both down there, which 21st and 22nd respectively. We played them Saturday and Tuesday at home. Did we draw away at Crawley, or did we actually beat them this time away? I can't remember.
Drew again, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, it's one of those teams that I'm sick of playing.
Yeah, we drew against them, didn't we? Yeah. So Crawley on Saturday, obviously, it's not going to be as easy maybe as the league table would suggest. What are you expecting? Steve, what are you expecting, mate?
I think the next two fixtures have landed perfectly with the way that Stockport are playing at the moment, to be honest. I don't expect anything less than 6 points out of the next two games. I just feel like it's a fantastic opportunity just to make some ground into the playoffs. There's no reason why they should not be winning those next two games now, based on how they're playing. But we'll see. That's my opinion.
Yeah. What about you, lads?
Go on, Andy.
You're going to hear something from me, which you'll probably never, ever hear ever again. I don't care. I just want the game to be over. I don't care, win, lose, or draw, because it's that team, like Mansfield, where after the game I can say, thank God that's over for another season. I just hate Crawley. Yeah, I just hate playing them. Don't get me wrong, they're quite fun to play against, but we never. They kind of feel like a bit of a bogey team for us. Do you not agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
So I think we'll win. 3-1.
Hey.
I'm back. I've had a little down now. I'm back. Right. The whole show seems to crumble there.
I was about to cut you off, Andy.
I just can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
If we could walk away from that with a 1-0 defeat, I'll be like, oh well, I kind of expected it. But I'm confident we'll get a result from them.
Yes, I think it's going to be 4-0 or 4-1. I think
the
way we played against Palace, I think that's our catalyst. We look good against Reading. Yes, they may be a bogey team, but we'll put these to bed. We'll put Shrewsbury to bed, and then I think we'll be back in the healthy position, and everybody will start getting excited again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't need to sign any players.
Well, it sort of plays in, do you know what I mean? It plays into that narrative, doesn't it? Because I know they're down near the bottom, but you probably don't need to sign any players, do we? But I think we do. I think I agree with what you said before, that we need to sign those bolster players. Those players that will come in. So yeah,
we're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah. Shrewsbury on Tuesday. I mean, I watched them against Wrexham the other night. They made the game scrappy. They made the game how they wanted to. That's why they beat them, because Wrexham are a good team, but they have that in them. When they come on Tuesday, I don't think they're going to have that. They're not going to have that. They're not going to bring many fans, probably. it's going to be cold and wet. I just think they won't be up for it at all.
Yeah, but basically, it's their derby, isn't it? Every time that we've ever spoken,
they up the game.
Yeah, they up the game because it's a derby, and you can say any derby game, it's form goes out the window. It's just about battling and scrapping, and as you said, I think Shrewsbury they just battled everywhere, didn't they? And I don't think there'll be the same desire coming to not being at our place. You know, there won't be the same desire from Shrewsbury. So again, I think it's a 4-1 or a 4-0 against them. I don't think I just think, as you say, they won't have any fans backing them. We'll all be there, loud and proud, and I think we'll just turn them over as well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm super confident for Shrewsbury. I'm confident. I'm confident for Crawley, but go on, Steve.
I was just saying they brought the new manager in not long ago, didn't they? And he's giving them, making them a tougher team to play against. But
yeah,
I just feel like that won't be a problem for Stockport on Tuesday.
Yeah. Gareth Ainsworth, he's quite a wily manager, and he's been around the block a bit, but I still think we'll have too much quality. It's the Crawley one that worries me because of the bogey team thing. And I'm going to go for a slender 1-0 win. I think we'll huff and puff and scrape it because I think they're going to come and defend anyway. So
yeah,
defend and make it. Do you think Adai will be in that?
No.
No.
Metcalf.
So no, I don't think he will. Right, shall we finish off with game reses?
Yes, let's.
Get in the reses.
Come on, get in reses.
Get in the reses.
Get in reses.
That's
rubbish. Get in reses.
I'm not having that. Get in reses.
So get in the reses in the comments. Leave a comment on YouTube after the show. Leave a comment on Spotify or iTunes or anything, and also leave a 5 out of 5 star rating. That'd be useful. Cheers. Thank you. Get in reses. Who's? I mean, I've got one this week. I've actually remembered to think of one, which is amazing. Steve, you're our esteemed guest. Have you got a get in the reses?
It may have been mentioned before, but the main bar in the Cheadle end, just for a number of different reasons. Like you can't time it right to get a beer. When you do go and time it right, people are just making their own queue and pushing in front of you. It's just like I just feel like we've got to the point now where it should be more organised. But I hope when we're going back to the development, I hope they develop that bar to be more organised and have an actual queuing system so that at half time you can get a pint and have longer than 30 seconds to drink it. That would be my.
What do you think?
Well, I was just going to say, when the new stands come anyway, there's going to be less people per stand, aren't there? So
yeah,
naturally that makes it easier.
No, if we're a sellout.
So many people, like they see someone they know at the front of the queue, and it's like, oh, you're all right. And the next one, they've joined the queue, and then they know and then you're going further back towards the back, and you're like, what's going on here? Just want to. So, never get.
I don't even know why Russ is agreeing with you, because since Russ has known me, Russ has never had to queue up for a beer. Pardon? The occasional. Let's face it, the majority of the time. I'm not saying I'm paying for them. You do pay your way. I'm not saying that. But the majority of the time, I go down early because I do want a beer. So I just put on the group, who wants a beer?
I'm only joking, mate. I'm only joking. He's funny.
I just feel like you shouldn't have to leave the game.
Yeah, you are right. I shouldn't have to be leaving.
Yeah, you should be able to go. Half time with Subload, you should be able to go. Don't get me wrong, queue for 5 minutes, get a beer, and then you've got time to drink it. But if you leave it any longer than 30 minutes, you've got no chance of getting one within a decent time. Just a nightmare.
Yeah, at half time it's pandemonium down there. This isn't a get in the residence of mine, but it annoys me. When it is busy and you walk in and there's kind of like clear, what would you call them, like trenches in the people where there's a flow of people walking, and you'll get somebody walking. They're usually in front of me. They'd be walking in this flow of people because we're all trying to get to somewhere, and then they just stop. You're like, what are you doing? You have to go around them then. It's like, what are you doing? This is a walkway almost. Yeah.
It's even worse when you're carrying 4 pints and you have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have to do, Andy?
Well, for the audio listeners, you have to do some sort of like sway and a shimmy at the same time.
But yeah, the bar. I'm not sure how they improve it unless they pre-pour pints, have the bottom-up pints, the ones that come from the bottom.
Just need a system. There's no system at the moment. You just need some sort of system in place.
Got Harry Hill in my head now.
They don't. They serve all the time, don't they? So it's not like it used to be where they couldn't serve from a certain point, and that's why they had them all stacked up.
Yeah.
But you can get a beer at any time now, can't you?
Not sure.
Up till second half kicking off, isn't it, or just after?
Yeah, just after, because you get loads of people coming up afterwards, don't you? But in the past, they weren't by law or something or other. They didn't used to be able to serve the pints until the full time, the half time whistle had gone, which is why they used to have them all. But I don't know whether that's changed and they can serve them all the time. And that's why they don't have them stacked up anymore.
Has anybody used the pre-pour pint? I noticed the last home game at the far end, sort of underneath upper tier 5. There's the 2 machines on the wall where you can pre-order beers for half time. I don't know.
I've not seen those.
Yeah.
Really good.
Have you used it? Does it work?
Yeah. When somebody finds out how it works, can they let me know? Because it owes me 2 pints.
That's what I mean. How does it work? Because what I saw was just somebody got a ticket to say they got 2 pints for the half time, but it didn't say where you go to pick them up or how you get them or anything. It was just.
Oh, we're gonna have to work that one out because it was. Do you remember App to Tap? That was good. App to Tap was good.
Yeah.
I might get rid of that.
And also, there was where they just put like the beer pumps underneath upper tier 5 as well, where they had 2 pumps.
Yeah.
They had them for a bit, didn't they, for a few games last season? And that that worked well.
I only saw that App to Tap like last game of last season. You know, when they lifted the trophy, I only saw it then, and then I've not seen it since. No,
it's not been renewed. Yeah, it's good.
Russ loved that one, didn't you? The App to Tap.
Yeah,
it's almost like you invented it, Russ.
No, I didn't.
Like, Russ, do you want a beer? No, I've already done it on App to Tap. No.
Oh. Good stuff. I'll do my getting the reses now. Hopefully this resonates with everybody. This culture of over celebrating goals in stands and then taking pictures of it. So I don't know, you're Cardiff City away and you've just equalised. You've just scored your first goal against, I don't know, just name a team. I don't know, West Brom.
Bristol City. Oh.
Bristol City against Cardiff. You're a Cardiff fan and you're 4-1 down and you've just scored and all the young lads are just like limbs everywhere and throwing stuff in the air and shit and then taking pictures of it. Look at me halfway down the steps with my legs in the air. Yeah. It's a load of bollocks. Bollocks.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them do it at County, isn't there, in upper tier 3? Some of these young guns.
Do they do that?
Yeah. There's a few times where they've done it. So yeah, that can definitely get in the reses.
Yeah.
Especially as you said, 4-0 down, you score a goal to make it 4-1. It's like, no, you should be there going, come on, get on it, rather than throwing yourself down.
You should be pointing at the ball, going, get the ball out of the back of the net. Get the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. That was short and sweet. Who wants to go next, Waggy or Andy?
Well, I've got 2, so I'll go. I'll use my first one first.
Okay.
So my football-related one is.
This is becoming Andy rants, not Waggy rants, isn't it?
I know.
Well, it's not really a rant. It's not really a rant. Or the next one is. One's actually a request put in from Jimmy's daughter Chloe, because we had the same. I think it's been put in before, but it needs to be put in again because those commentators on Saturday were the most biased and just awful commentators. So when Connolly was pushed into the boards, the hoardings by Garcia, and he was pushed like, if you watch the replay, he was literally pushed.
Yeah.
What point enters the commentator's minds and goes, I think he made a bit of a meal out of that?
Really?
Like,
wow.
We're like, how? What'd you do to that? What'd you do? Someone pushes you into a board, or you meant to just get up instantly and go, oh, that was funny. Like, so, and then the next incident was, and in that incident was Garcia sort of having a word with Pi, constantly, sort of like winding him up. So Pi pushes him. So it's the same push as what Garcia's done to Connolly. And Pi and Garcia both get a yellow card. But Garcia's was a lot worse than what Pi was just like shoving him away because he was winding him up. So anyway, the commentators then said afterwards, the referee's the reason why Reading can't get back in the team. No, I think you'll find that Stockport County team is the reason why Reading can't get back into the game, and probably the fact that Reading is shit.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Reading couldn't get back into the game. So just bias. We've all got biased commentators. You're going to favour the team that you're commentating on, that you support. But there's got to be a little bit of on the fence as well. With
And
these guys on.
I was going to say, that's where we're spoiled with having JK, isn't it? Because he is generally on the fence until we score a goal, and then he goes mental.
Yeah,
mental.
But he's rather like, say, not quite 50-50, but he's quite good with that, isn't he? He's not going to over sensationalize or, go on if. Like you said, like if that was the case, if that was a county player that had done that to a Reading player, he'd have gone, that's a bit naughty. You shouldn't be doing that type of thing. He wouldn't be able to say, oh yeah, he made a meal out of that. He would be erring on the side of sensible rather than just being completely biased. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Get in the reses, stay in the reses, and never come out of the reses.
Nice. Good. Waggy?
Well, following on from that, basically, Reading fans, they can fuck off and get drowned in the reses.
I think I know what you're referring to here. Go on.
For one, firstly is, look how far we've fallen. The Stockport County have done the double over us. Yeah. You don't know fuck all about our club. Yeah. And then secondly, another one going, you don't know how bad it is to support Reading. Yes, we do, mate. Yeah. We went to regional football. We were a part-time team that nearly went out of existence 3 or 4 times in the last 15 years. So don't give me shit and tell me that I don't know what you're going through when you don't know fuck all about what we've been through. So Reading fans,
and he's back.
High and mighty, thinking that they're so good and they're the only team ever that has had any financial troubles is just absolute dog shit. If you're going to call and say something about that, then find out and learn about the club you're talking to.
Well, just to bolt onto that was brilliant, by the way, but just to bolt onto that, one of them got called out on it and said, well, they've been down to region. And he went, I don't really follow what the football teams do.
I don't follow other teams. How can you comment on another team if you don't follow other teams? You know what I mean? What a load of shit. Yeah.
I saw that particular tweet go viral.
Years old, I've been to 3 Reading games. Fuck off.
I don't agree. I don't think it should go in the reses.
That's fine, Andy. You carry on.
Right, go on, Andy. What's your non-football related getting the
What's
reses?
your microwave one?
Someone's had a bet that it's going to be a microwave one.
It's not a microwave one. It actually really makes my blood boil. This people that cheat at pub quizzes. If you're going to cheat or use your phone, don't go. It's so I go to the Jolly Sailor quiz. It's about a 15-minute walk from my house. It's a great quiz. It's free, but because it's rammed and they get enough people going, the Jolly Sailor pay for the prizes. So I think top prize is like £25, £15, tenner, and they do little sort of wooden spoon prizes as well. So it's free. Me and my team, which consists of my wife and a couple of friends of ours, we must have won the thing loads of times, but we can see people just on the phone, clearly on the phone, looking at the answers. I've even had people behind me ringing the auntie or uncle going, oh, what's such answer? And it's like, oh, if what are you doing it for? Are you that hard up that you need to cheat to win £3 between 16 of you? It's like,
maybe they think it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire so they can phone a friend.
Yeah. No, Waggy, don't set me off on this. It is one of my bugbears. If you're that, like, you're only cheating yourself by. And if you cheat at a quiz and win, are you going to walk away and go, oh, we won the quiz last night. We Googled half the answers.
Yeah.
It's like, just stay at home. If you don't know the answer to it, don't put anything, because that's not fair on me, who feels like he's winning everything and then he finds out and I'm like third from bottom.
No,
So,
fair dues. Yeah. People who cheat at quizzes. See, we get some good getting the reses on this.
Is anybody sat around the room, like when they ask a question, if it's an A, B, C, or D, going?
Brill.
Yeah. It's,
right.
Yeah.
Have we missed anything? Do we need to? I think we've covered everything, haven't we?
I wrote everything down that you wanted to have a chat about, and I've ticked it off as we've been going. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. So don't forget, Brett Angel in February. We've got another stellar guest that's a secret. Yeah. Happy days. Steve, have you enjoyed yourself?
I have. Thank you for having me on. It's been good.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
And to everybody else, please do like the video. And if you're that one person that keeps on disliking them, can you stop it? Because it's doing my head in. No, it's not really. But yeah, but one person that's disliking them.
Stop it, Waggy. Stop it.
Yeah, stop it, Wagster.
It's me dad.
Right, cheers, everybody. See you in the courtyard or whatever on Saturday and Tuesday, and we'll be back on Monday with the Courtyard Club Call, and we'll be back on next Wednesday with the weekly show. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Scarf Bagara War. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Remember, you can catch us every week on your favourite podcast platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts. And a huge thank you to all of our Patreon members. Your contributions help keep the show running to bring the content you love. If you'd like to support the podcast and get access to exclusive special guest episodes, ad-free podcasts, and a monthly giveaway, head over to patreon.com/the Scarf Bagara War. And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates, behind the scenes content, and more. You can find us on X, Facebook, and Instagram, all at County Podcast. Lastly, if you enjoyed the show, please leave us a review and share it with your fellow County fans. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Scarf Bagara War. Come on, County!